All right, let's talk about NecroVeil's Veil of Ashes. If you've ever heard this song, you know it's haunting. It's this incredible piece of storytelling, and today we're going to tear it apart, piece by piece, to see what makes it so powerful. So, let's dive right in. So right out of the gate, the song hits you with this line. Think about that image for a second. It's just so powerful, right? It immediately tells you everything you need to know about the theme here, this deep, profound feeling of being invisible, of being disconnected from everything. It's this quiet, almost desperate moment, and yeah, this one line, it basically sets the tone for the entire tragic story we're about to hear.
So, the first part of this journey, the first stage, the song calls it a ghost in a dream. And that's exactly where we are. Thrown into this hazy, uncertain world where you can't tell what's real and what isn't.
And the imagery here is classic Gothic stuff, right? You've got the white lace, which makes you think of something pure, maybe even a wedding, but the song just twists that idea immediately. It's like she's all dressed up for a role, but there's nobody watching. She is completely, totally alone, like a ghost even in her own eyes.
Okay, so this feeling gets a name. A bride with no groom. And the song does something really clever here. It takes this big, abstract idea of loneliness and ties it to all these specific heartbreaking symbols. It makes her sadness feel so much more real, you know? It's not just some vague feeling. It's a real, concrete tragedy.
I mean, just look at these objects of solitude. Each one is a gut punch. You've got a vow whispered to the cold, a mirror that's blind to her, a letter that nobody signed, and a ring made of dust. Wow. These aren't just things, you know? They're like ghosts of a life that never happened, broken promises. It's just brutal.
And this is where things really take a turn. Her quiet sadness starts to spiral into something much, much bigger. She stops just describing how she feels and starts questioning her entire existence. This is the real crisis point of the song.
And here it is, the big one. Was I ever alive? Man, this is the absolute core of the song. What a devastating question. It cuts right to her identity, her memory, everything. Is she a memory of a person, or was she never really there at all? The way that question just hangs there, it's pure lyrical genius.
So this question just tears her apart inside, right? She's stuck between these two ideas. On one hand, maybe she was once a flickering light, a real person with a real life, but that memory is fading. But on the other hand, there's this crushing feeling that she's only ever been a shadow in pain, that her entire existence is just suffering. It's a brutal tug of war.
Now, what's really terrifying is that this isn't just a moment of crisis that passes. No, the song makes it pretty clear. She's stuck. She's in this endless loop of despair, and she can't get out. This song that won't end? Well, that's her life now, or her non-life.
And you can literally see this eternal dance she's trapped in. First, she tries to connect, right? Singing to the dead. Nothing. So she's back to her solitude, dancing alone. Then, a little bit of hope. She's reaching for the dawn, trying to break free. But, nope, the cycle just starts all over, and she fades again. It's just this heartbreaking, beautifully written loop of pain that she can't escape.
Okay, so where does all this lead? This endless loop, this questioning? It all builds to the song's chilling climax. After everything she's gone through, she finally comes to a conclusion about what she is, and it's absolutely terrifying. First, this, I'm not here. So simple, so direct, it's just brutal. She's accepted it. It's not that people can't see her, it's that there's nothing to see. She's just not there. And then, bam, it goes even deeper. I'm not real. This is a whole other level. It's not just about not being present anymore. This is about her very existence. She's fully embracing this horrifying thought that she isn't real, and maybe she never was. And that brings us to the final, soul-crushing line. She looks around for someone, anyone, to hear her, and the conclusion is, there's no one there, just my own confession. Her whole story, this entire song, it's just been her talking to herself in an empty room. I mean, can you get any more isolated than that? It's the absolute peak of loneliness.
So what are we left with? Is Veil of Ashes just a really well-told tragic ghost story? Or, and I think this is where its real power lies, is it a metaphor for something we've all felt? That fear of being invisible, of feeling like a ghost in your own life, even when you're surrounded by people. And that's the question it leaves you with, isn't it?
What's the real difference between being a ghost and just feeling like one?